Hello boys and girls, yes it's Alex and I'm back again for another review for you guys, and this is my very first Prime One Piece. Prime One Studios, if you don't know, they're the big boys at the moment, up there with XM Studios. They are producing a hell of a lot of stuff. They've got a hell of a lot of licenses. Their prices are pretty good and their quality is pretty much through the roof, I'd say. Everything that's come out so far, I haven't seen a lot of bad stuff. Mainly the stuff that's come out so far has been Batman. They sure like a lot of fucking Batman. They did a whole 1-3 line of Arkham shit from Batman based on the video game, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and even Arkham Origins, that terrible one. So they've done so many of these 1-3 statues, and then a couple of years ago they announced, hey, we're doing anime stuff. And I was thinking, yeah, right, I can imagine what this is going to be. It's going to be, this, Naruto and One Piece and Dragon Ball, because they're the famous animes, and that's what people do, and that's the sort of stuff where they can do 3,000 of them and they'll sell out no problem. And blah, blah, blah. Not that I wouldn't have been excited for those, but I was like, there's so many other people trying to do Naruto and trying to do One Piece and stuff. How about something different? And then they announced Ultraman. And then they announced Kinnikuman. And then they announced Guyver and Macross and Gundam and Fist of the North Star and Gurren Lagann. And I was a very happy boy. Now, this is Ultraman, if you haven't noticed yet, or read the title of this video. But this isn't normal, regular Ultraman from the 60s. That staple of Japan. Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Godzilla. Staple of Tokusatsu. This is a slight reinvention of Ultraman. This is a brand new take on Ultraman. I'm trying to find what year this came out. I can't remember. It's recent. It's within the last few years. And what it is it's a manga. They decided to do a new take on Ultraman. And how it is done is the original Ultraman, if you don't know, it's a giant being of light that transfers itself into a human host, and then they go giant and fight a huge monster in a city usually made of cardboard. Ultraman's been going for a long time now and continues still. It's always been around. Had a real resurgence with Ultraman Tiga, and the last few series have actually been really good. Orb's been really good, and the current one, Gida's really good. There's been some bad stuff here and there, but the classic, Ultraman, Ultraman Jack, Ultraman 7, and Ace, all those are very well revered, and the movies have always harkened back to those original Ultra Brothers, as they're named. But this is a manga take, which is kind of running on from the original. So, Shin Hayato is the original Ultraman, as part of the Science Special Search Party, or the SSSP. But it's actually his son now who's Ultraman, and he doesn't grow giant, or he hasn't yet, or not where I'm up to. But he wears a suit. He's got these ultra powers, the Ultraman factor as they call it, in him. But he wears a suit that's used to enhance and develop the powers. It's very good, the manga, and it's it's got Guyver tones to it. That's what really sells me on it, is the fact that it's kind of Guyverish, because it is so based in, human size, rather than growing giants. Here's the manga. That's the first volume. This is the translation. Quick flip through. It's very nicely done. We've got some fantastic colour images at the beginning. It's very dark, as you can see from these pieces of artwork. There's Shinjiro. That's a good reference, actually, for the face, which we'll be looking at in a second. There's Hayate and Shinjiro. Now, all the kaiju in this are actually human-sized. The kaiju have kind of integrated themselves into human society. So we have got a kaiju on the base. There's volume 2. There's volume 3. There's volume 4. That's Ultra 7. Which Prime 1 have also showed a statue of. He hasn't gone up for order yet, which is okay with me because way too much stuff's going up for order. Here's volume 5. Isn't that Ace Killer? I think it's Ace Killer. There's Ace. So hopefully we get a statue of Ace as well. I would love all 3. More kaiju, who I've completely forgotten the name of. I think that might be Ace Killer actually. One of them's Ace Killer for definite. All good stuff. So I'm up to volume 8. I think volume 9 might be out now, but don't quote me on that. I really recommend this if you're a Guyver fan or a Kamen Rider fan, or basically like, you know, guys in suits versus aliens and monsters. So, to the statue. Like I said, this is based on the original, on this manga. So it is a lot different. There's a lot more detail. There isn't many Ultraman statues out there. To be honest, there's a few here and there, but nothing good. This really just interested me straight away because A, it's Prime 1, I wanted to get more Prime 1 stuff, which I've got a lot of stuff coming. 2, it's Ultraman. 3, it's quarter scale. And 3, it looks fantastic, which it does. Shall we start from the bottom? Let's start from the bottom. So, actually, let's start with the head. This is the exclusive version, and the only difference between the regular version and the exclusive version is that. Yes, you get an unmasked Shinjiro head. It's very nicely done, translucent resin. Picked out perfectly. Hair looks alright. I doubt I'll ever display it, but it's nice enough. I'm not really buying any. Mind you, saying that, I've got Kinnikuman coming, who is basically a guy in trunks. So it's nice to see that the translucent resin looks good. You also get, so that's the only part that you get for the exclusive. You get switch out, so this is all what you get in the regular now. You get switch out arms with the Spacian beam unleashed, which is Ultraman's signature weapon, where he crosses his arms. But instead of firing the beam from his hands, like the original Ultraman, these two apparati cross and make the beam. So you get 2 of them, one left hand, one right hand, and then you get them normal. So basically I display double beam. Right, to the base. So the base has got, which is kind of what Prime want to do in a lot of their stuff, you know, like Berserk, Guyver. They're doing a very themed base, and then sticking stuff on top of it. So this is basically the Ultraman colours. It's kind of spiky, it's kind of jaggedy, very reminiscent of the army. So we move up the base, and as you can see, we've got this guy on the base, whose name is, you can find this in the second book, Alien Adisic. A hybrid warrior race created through interstellar crossbreeding. The Adisics, the Adisics, I think it is, are highly intelligent and highly regressive. As a result, the Star Cluster Council does not permit Adasic emigration to Earth. It is all but certain that this individual Adasic came to Earth through unlawful means. So there he is. I don't actually know him from Classic Ultraman. Most of these kaiju are Classic Ultraman kaiju, but as you can see here, he's not had a good day. So this is like from the end of the second book, the second volume I should say. He's really sculpted really well. Just before we go on to him, the actual rocky base is actually really nicely done. There's lots of colours in there. I don't know how well the camera will pick that up, but here's lots of like wash in there, bits of polystyrene which I can't get out. Lots of like different washes, lots of textures. The rocks come across really well. Just let me try and get a shot of these shoes. They're done really well. I know it's a stupid thing to say, but you know, fully sculpted is my preference, and this is kind of why. The textures and the look of this, it looks like leather basically. The trousers done pretty well. Could have probably done with a bit more texturing on there. but there's enough creases and enough wear to them. And the weapons on the Adisic arms. Adisic? Am I going to go for Adisic? I think it's Adisic. Doesn't sound right. Adikic? Adikic? I don't know. No translation in the book. Come on. The weapons are these two separate pieces, and the one on the other side is. I don't know if he's actually made a translucent resin. He's got a really nice shine to him and a kind of depth to the paintwork. The eyes really pop. It's all really nicely done. I've got to say, as we go on this statue, it is pretty much nigh on perfect for me. It's not very often I can say that. But I do adore the pose. All the paintwork's amazing. The base is fantastic. And then as we go at the back of Ultraman, that's fantastic. I love the reds they've used on here because we've got like matte, and then we've got like the cherry, and then back to the matte down here on the legs, which you can't see. And then there's cherry for the armour, and then the greys, and all the armour is completely, you know, covered in little, like on the arms here, just covered in little scratches and knocks. You know, this is literally the armour after he's defeated Adikic. So, you know, he's battle damaged up to the eyeballs. Details are fantastic. Paintwork is just phenomenal. You know, I know Prime 1 have got their own factories, also I've heard, and it shows. I'm going to come up to Ultraman himself, up to the torso. And the face sculpt is just so perfect. Just so nice. The whole look of the armour is, you know, the old suits are great, but when you're doing a statue, you want as much detail as possible, and this suit's got it in spades. We also have a light up, which is here on his chest. Really nice bright blue light on the chest, and the eyes light up. Obviously the eyes don't light up on the other head. Really easy switch to get to. But even better than that, what I love when statues have light ups. I'm a sucker for a light up. But I hate it when they have the batteries in the base and they don't have a AC adapter out, because if they've got the batteries in the base, you need to take the statue bits to remove the batteries. So what Prime 1 have done in their genius, if I can take this piece off, there's your batteries. Easy to access. So this has got like a little plug on, because obviously the chest lights up, so all those electrics are in there. It's also magnetised, so you literally put it back there, plug it in, and then you switch it on the chest. Easy. And really, there's not much else to say about him. It's, like I say, nigh on perfect. That's the display angle for me. Just going to lower you down. I'm not going to be able to get any more in because I'm filming in 4K and I can't get all the way back. And do excuse all the, looks like I've been murdering someone, but I've been painting blood on a couple of things, which you'll find out in my next couple of reviews, what I've been bloodying up. But yeah, Ultraman, there's nothing to say. The details are magnificent, paints are brilliant, base is fantastic, the pose is just so simple, yet totally works for Ultraman. You know, I think the inclusion of the body on the base is a stroke of genius. This is what Prime 1 are doing, and to be honest, they're doing it really, really fucking well. You know, their Berserk piece, you know, is way more on the base. This is $775, so a bit cheaper than, say, the Ultimate Guyver set, which was 1,000, and Berserk Guts, which I think was also 1,000, and other pieces of going higher and higher. I mean, really, the two Kaneko Man pieces were 500 and 530, but they look like bargains. I cannot wait to get those in. I never thought I would have quarter scale, super hyper realistic, translucent resin muscle man. You know, but there we go. That's what Prime 1 are giving us. So what else are Prime 1 giving us? As I say, lots and lots of anime stuff to come. I have... Stay, thank you. I have Kaneko Man, Suguru, and Robbie Mask coming. I have Guyver 1, Guyver 0. I haven't ordered the gigantic Guyvers, just because of cash flow, and they're not so important. But Aptum and Guyver 3 I'll definitely pick up, and hopefully they'll do Guyver 2. As for Ultraman, as soon as 7 goes up, I'll be picking that up, and hopefully they'll continue the line, maybe get a couple of Kaiju in there. Ace Killer would be great, and Ace himself, Ultraman Ace, would be brilliant. And they're also doing Gamera from Gamera 3, which is another one of my loves, Godzilla and Gamera. So if they, once Gamera is up for order, I'll be ordering him as well. As my first Prime 1 piece, I've got nothing but praise. Everything has come out perfect. I love the design. I love the base. I love everything about this thing. It's, I hate to say perfect, but for me it's perfect. There's nothing I'd change. Yeah. You know, reviews are easier when there's something wrong with the statue. When you can pick a fault with the statue and, you know, kind of base a review around that. But when there's nothing, it's just, yeah, look at it. I did anyone who hasn't read the manga and is interested in that sort of thing to read it. If you read it and you like it as much as I do, go out and pick the statue up. I think Gecko do a 1/6 version as well, which looks really nice, but with me staying to quarter scale, this was the one for me. Yeah, there you go, guys. That's Prime 1 Studio. Ultraman, the first of many, I have to say. I cannot wait now for my Kaneko Man stuff and my Guyvers. I think they're just going to be... it's going to be a good year next year, let's just say that. There you go, guys. Ultraman, Prime 1 Studio. Perfection. Maybe? I think so. See you next time, guys. Got plenty more reviews coming up. Lots and lots of stuff. Lots of different stuff. I took a little break, but now I'm back. I'm back, baby. See you next time. Bye.